So okay, I've got the cooler that's been in the freezer for 24 hours, filled about 2/3 full of ice. The bottom, I don't know, third of the cooler, let's say, is not frozen after 24 hours. You can go anywhere between 12, anywhere between 24 and 36 hours, and no big deal, as long as part of it is not frozen, and that's critical because that means no air bubbles were trapped in the ice, making it not crystal clear. You want to make sure those air bubbles are in what's still liquid about the ice. So then you put it in your freezer. I'm trying to make this quick because I hate bullshit and preamble and all that crap. Anyway, I'm doing it right now. So all you need for this, I have a big cutting board right here. If you don't have that, I've tried saran wrap and other various things. I use an UV glove. It's just insulative, that's all. And you could use an insulated gardening glove or no glove at all, but it gets a little cold on your hand. And then just a bread knife. And the bread knife, you'll see, you just score it where you'd like to have it cut, the ice break or whatever. And you just score it a little bit, and then you tap it with the rubber side of the hammer so you don't damage your knife. And I'll show you all that in a second. But the main thing to show you is this ice coming out. As I said, it's in there. As I said, only about one third of the cooler size, let's say, is frozen. The other third is partially frozen and or liquid. So when it comes out, it's going to gush everywhere, which is why it's on my barbecue. So I'll just show that. And all I do is, usually I let it warm up a bit. This is fresh out of the freezer, but I'll just tap it a bit and you'll see the water will just come gushing. Alright, here we are at the part where it should come gushing out. We'll see if I can convince it. Coax it. Okay, hopefully that came out on camera. Now I'll just lift it up. And so there's your block of ice, obviously. Now I keep the cooler to one side so I can put the cut up pieces of ice in it. And I will show you, let's zoom in a little bit here, show you how to do this. So you just take the knife and you clear off all of this crap. You dump any excess water off. Trim it away. Not a lot of force necessary, just okay, so I'm going to want to, oops, I'm going to not want to drop it. I'm going to want to, I'm going to want to score it right about here. It's because I like large ice cubes that fill up a tumbler style glass. And then you just, you put like an ounce or two of whatever beverage you prefer, and the ice stays clear. Obviously, you can see it's very clear. The ice stays not only clear, but it lasts longer because it's bigger, so it cools your drink without making it watery. So anyway, I'll score it there. And I put medium pressure on it or whatever, just make sure I get a good line in there. And then you give it a good, quick, sharp wrap, but I don't want to hurt the knife, so I just use the rubber end of the mallet. So I put pressure down on the knife right where I scored it, and then just give it a quick wrap. And as you can see, it did pretty good. So this size piece I'll make into typically 3 size ice cubes, so I'll just do the same thing over again. Score it again. I won't show the whole bloody thing being cut up, but anyway. And now you put pressure on the knife again, and a little bit of action with the hammer. And there's your first ice cube. And what these typically do is when they're in the freezer, they cloud up just from being in a frost-free freezer or whatever. I leave them exposed just in a tray. But as soon as you put liquid, you put them in the glass, and as soon as you put liquid in them, they clear right up like that again. I'll just do one more. Like I said, I won't bore you with cutting them all up. But you can cut them any size you want, of course. And this doesn't damage the knife at all. that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to show the difference between ice cubes that have been in the freezer for a while and ice cubes that I just made. Obviously you can tell which is which. But don't let that foggy look fool you. As soon as liquid hits them, as I said, they turn crystal clear again. And then the rest, I just put in a Ziploc bag. Yeah. And that can just go in the freezer. It stays the way it is. They don't freeze together too badly, even though they're pretty wet right now. And you just break them apart and put them in whatever tray or thing you want to serve them in. So, just thought I'd include that.